Want me to fetch the others? He offered. No, I said. I'll get them. Gary nodded again and closed his door. I next went to Kathy's cabin and knocked, but got no answer. After a few minutes, I knocked again, but still nothing. I tried the door, and it was locked. There was no keyhole nor button to engage the lock from the inside. There was a chain latch for that. So that meant she must be elsewhere on the ship. I'd go look for her after I got Sarissa. I next went to Sarissa's room. I could hear voices inside, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. I knocked on the door, and it drifted open unlatched. I assumed that meant she was welcoming visitors, so I walked in and damn near crapped my pants. I blinked in confusion. I said, not comprehending what I was seeing. Sarissa's face turned to me, and her eyes opened and went wide. Kathy, nude and on all fours between Sarissa's legs, ignored me, her head buried. I said again. Shit, Jerry, Sarissa said, causing Kathy to look up finally. That did it. The moisture glistening on her chin and mouth and nose was my breaking point. I screamed and ran. I got back to my cabin in a rush, finding Inanna half-dressed. Did you change your mind about one more time? She stopped abruptly as she saw the look on my face, and in a flash she was dressed in tactical gear and carrying an assault rifle. What happened? She demanded. Sarissa? I said, gesturing vaguely behind me. Inanna, realizing that if Sarissa were already involved, then guns probably wouldn't be all that useful, flashed back to her half-dressed state and grabbed a Firefly t-shirt, which she'd cut the bottom off of, pulling it on. Is anyone in danger? She asked. I shook my head. Then what's wrong, love? I gestured again. Sarissa and Kathy... Sarissa and Kathy what? Just then the door opened behind me and Sarissa came through. She was wearing an oversized t-shirt. She was also wearing it backwards, and two very obvious nipples were visible, protruding from it. Jerry, wait, she said. Let me explain. I held up a hand, still hyperventilating. I'm good, I said. I just need a minute to process it. Inanna's look of confusion deepened. What the hell happened? She asked Sarissa. Sarissa turned towards her, and then Kathy entered, wrapped in a blanket. Inanna's confusion faded, replaced by a wide grin that just kept getting wider. She threw her head back and laughed. Seriously, Jerry? She managed to gaff in between guffaws. Are you traumatized by that? I shook my head. No, just shocked is all. Kathy stared at me. I didn't mean to. I thought, she stammered. Sarissa put her hand on Kathy's shoulder. It's not like that, dear. Jerry and I are just friends. The thing I told you about was a one-time thing. So then why's he all freaked out? Kathy asked. Sarissa gave me a matronly smile, then turned back to Kathy. That's just Jerry, dear. He's very excitable. I nodded and gave them a thumbs up. Yep, that's me. Just excitable is all. I was just not expecting that. I think you might want to pay a little more attention to locking the doors in the future, okay? Sarissa nodded. You're absolutely right. That was entirely my fault. But what did you need? Nothing, I said. I think it can wait a few more hours. You two can, resume. Kathy looked at me like some weird sea creature who'd washed up on shore. Are you sure you're okay, dude? Yeah, just surprised is all. Okay, she said, drawing the word out in skepticism, but turning away all the same. Sarissa followed her, giving me an apologetic little smile over her shoulder as she left. Inanna grinned. Okay, I'll grant you this. That came as a complete shock to me, too. They're the two of us who are the least interested in sex, and the last two I'd expect to catch in flagrante delicte. Hell, I'd never even gotten the vibe that either of them swing that way, and I'm pretty good at figuring this stuff out, as you might imagine. I nodded. Yep, it's totally cool with me, just was not expecting to see that. Inanna peeled her shirt off, then slowly wiggled out of her skirt. Well, now we have a few more hours, she said. My heart rate was finally slowing down, so I pulled my own shirt back off. 15 minutes later, we were in the vigorous height of things when the door opened and I heard Gary's voice. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, learn to use a lock, you fucking horn dogs. The end.